target the flagship. We have to save the classics.
Gluing on cartridges, hidden reset. 8-bit dreams, can't lose that bet. Floppy disks and arcade lights. Pac-Man, Frogger, we're playing all night. Simpsons in the background, neon in the air. 80s vibes, man, we didn't care. VHS tapes, staying up too late. Saturday cartoons, can't wait to escape. Dial-ups humming, we're hacking the code. Back when everything was in upload mode. Atari, Commodore, pixels on screen. Living in the future was more than a dream. It's time to kick it old school, turn the clocks back, break the rules. When the pixels pop and the world was cool, we're taking it back, that's how we roll, we roll. It's time to kick it old school, where the beats are fresh, the tech was gold. From arcades to TV shows that ruled, you know we're kicking it old school. MTV playing our favorite jams, moonwalking with MJ, Neon Slam. Ghostbusters gear, we're ready to go. Chasing slasher scenes, fears in tow. Back to the future, hop in the DeLorean. Knight Rider cruising, man, there's no ignoring them. Battlestar Galactica, what a ride. Looney Tunes, antics, pure joy inside. Blockbusters ruled, we lined up for days. Video games booted up in the pixelated maze. Movie marathons and popcorn nights, we ruled the screen, living in the lights. It's time to kick it old school, turn the clocks back, break the rules. When the pixels pop and the world was cool, we're taking it back, that's how we roll, we roll. It's time to kick it old school, where the beats are fresh, the tech was gold. From arcades to TV shows that ruled, you know we're kicking it old school. Grab your joystick, the game's about to start. A high-score world, now that's an art. We're cruising on hoverboards, living our dream. Old school forever, we're igniting the scene. It's time to kick it old school, turn the clocks back, break the rules. When the pixels pop and the world was cool, we're taking it back, that's how we roll, we roll. It's time to kick it old school, where the beats are fresh, the tech was gold. From arcades to TV shows that ruled, you know we're kicking it old school.
To the future of play, the classics will always have a guardian. I'm GRS, champion and protector of the classics. Game on!
Game on.
There we go. There we go. Get that audio working, not AI. Welcome to Friday, everyone. We made another week, another cold, snowy, rainy week. And I thought this time on the show, I was going to talk a little bit about the Virtualboy. I actually own 3 physical Virtualboys. In fact, back in the day, I was probably one of maybe 5 or 6 people who used to repair the screens. And we're going to talk a little bit about the Virtualboy. We're going to talk a little bit about the technology involved with it and how it was actually hated to the point where it was literally canceled and discontinued in just under a year with only about 22 official games. Of course, like everything else, it was way ahead of its time. And now there's a resurgence because Nintendo has released a little plastic housing for their Switch and allow you to relive his games. Now, I'm going to admit, I always loved the Virtual Boy because I love weird consoles and interesting consoles. Thanks, Michael B. He's the reason why I'm trying to improve my thumbnails. I'm getting away from MS Paint, and still not the proper Virtual Boy I was trying to get, but close enough. So I do appreciate that, Michael B. So I know a lot of people now getting this resurgence. And again, I love the Virtual Boy because I love the technology behind it. I don't mind the red screen. We'll talk about that. But so many people hated it. And now people are loving it. And what gets me is you don't own anything once again. You own the physical plastic. You put your Switch in. But all the games are online. And if they ever shut down their servers, you're going to lose it. So we're going to get into all that. But first, let's go into the chat and see if I can butcher some more people and their names as I go through the chat right here. Of course, we have Hobby Hands every week. He decides, I wasn't going to make it this time, maybe. But that's okay. It's always the replay, Hobby Hands. Of course, we have Chris Williams. And don't forget, 2026 is the year of Heavy Metal Titans 2 Blood Rage, where I knocked the Titans back on their ass once again. They could try to take out the General, but they're not going to do it. Who else we got here? We have Cyrus here today. He never hated the Virtual Boy. I just didn't like the fact that it tried to make me blind. And, I think other things that boys do can make you go blinder faster than the Virtual Boy would have had. So maybe this and this and this and the Virtual Boy, maybe that's a problem. I don't know. But we'll get into that as well. We have, of course, Sir Sega here every week. We do appreciate that. Thank you for joining. Of course, we have Rich here as well. Friday's back. Looking forward to the show. We're going to do some gameplay. I actually have, like I said, I have my original Virtual Boy. Here's the actual controller. We'll talk about that as well. But we are going to play it through emulation because being the Virtual Boy for what it is, it's way too difficult. I didn't modify. I could have modified it with VJ out, but I really don't like modifying these machines because they're not that many, to be quite honest. There's not a lot of Virtual Boys out there. Jim, the Pacers fan. Hello, everyone. Happy Friday. Of course, we got JJ here. Good evening, everyone. Tim York. What do we do with that, Tim York? Welcome to the weekend. That's right. We made another weekend. For me, it was a short week. I was off for President's Day, and yes, I respect President's Day, Memorial Day. I give the proper homage to those holidays. But, man, it was a tough week, and I'm glad it's over right now, I think. I hope. Who knows if I get called back in, but right now it is over. Scotty Hollywood he just bought the Virtual Boy for the Switch. And I have no problem with that. I would like to get one, but I'm not going to go on Nintendo Online. I think it's the only way you can get it. And about $200 on eBay, so there's no way I'm paying that kind of price. So I'll be fine with my 3 real Virtual Boys that I actually do own, for right now anyway. Of course, we have Jason, Little Alien. Hopefully he's back full strength. He was sick a couple weeks ago. Happy to hear Jason, Little Alien, our resident moderator of just about every channel on the internet. Of course, we have 720 Eric here as well. Bloodsport, great movie. Maybe I can watch it again this weekend. Bloodsport was a great film. Same with Kickboxer. It's basically the same damn movie, but Bloodsport probably takes the notch a little bit over Kickboxer. But definitely a great movie with Van Damme in it. Who else we got here tonight? Going down, we have Kal-El, 64. Hello, everyone. Welcome, Kal-El. We appreciate you coming here all the way from Krypton once again. Saved by Zero. Happy Friday, arcade kids. Absolutely. But today's more of a console thing. And it is a shame that the Virtual Boy never really had a chance. But we'll get into because there's a lot of aftermarket products and games and flash carts. So there's a lot of things for the Virtual Boy, even though it didn't make a very long run in the world. Green Sammy 87 made it. Thank God it's Friday. We did all make it. We always have to thank God for that. We made another Friday. J-Rod's here. FU for the win. We're still working on that. We'll give some news saying that we think we finally found some RAM for the Viper Venom at a price that's not going to destroy us. So right now, China is on holiday, so I think we'll be able to get back on track. So maybe we could shoot for end of May, June timeframe, hopefully to get the FU shipped. So again, a little bit delayed, but it's been really unfortunate with all the tariffs and the shipping issues, and then the memory and processor and chips. It's just been one thing after another. It's like I walk into a brick wall every time I start a project. Never ends. Goofyfoot is here. Goofyfoot, happy Friday, my friend. Glad you're here as well. Jeff D. is here. GFD 1485. Hey guys. And of course, Mike B, the Game Genie, is finally recognizing my efforts of using artificial intelligence to make my thumbnails because I'm trying to get away from Microsoft Paint. Making a shot at it. JLS Gaming is here, my friend. What's up? Hope Florida is a lot warmer than here. We need to make plans again to come down and see you guys. Especially as cold as it's been up here, man. It's been brutal up in the Northeast. Bill's Retro Gaming Show. Happy Friday, Bill. Happy Friday. Make sure you subscribe to Bill's Retro Gaming Show. You probably already did, but if you haven't, please go over there and do so. My good friend Mikey Yoon, man. I haven't seen you in a while, buddy. Hey, Glenn. I'll say hi to Cole. I definitely will. He was on last week if you didn't catch him. Maybe we'll get him on again. But Mikey Yoon, always a pleasure to have you in the chat, my friend. We have we have Mitchie B here. Hello, everyone. Who else we got here tonight? Rotundo is here. Happy Friday. Happy Friday to you. PB and J Racing. Can't believe it's 8 o'clock on Friday. Well, thank God it is because I'm burnt. This week it's just been a bad week. For myself, my girlfriend, the whole 9 yards. It's just been a bad week. But we're back. We're back on Fridays. What do we got? I think we've got everyone. Okay, we've got everyone in the chat there. So that's good. So making some progress. So you can see right here in the center screen, that is a packing game that came with the Virtualboy, which is Mario Tennis, which I suck at. But we'll go with playing some of the other games. And in the far screen over there, you can see my Tetris 80 Model 1 that was donated to me by my good friend Tim. And it's working. I got the monitor above it there. But below that's the Apple II. And that's a very, I won't say super rare, but it's the serial number is 9,430. So it's an under 10,000 unit. It's a Rev 1. So it's a first generation Apple II. It's not enhanced. It's literally got the original AppleSoft Basic in there, not the enhanced Basic. But unfortunately, I've kind of given up trying to repair it. I went through logic probes. I went through oscilloscopes. I replaced all the memory. I replaced the CPU. I cleaned every chip. I detoxed it, whole 9 yards. I only get the video portion to come up. I can't get the CPU to initialize the BIOS firmware to boot the machine. So I have a couple people who are willing to help me try and get it fixed because I don't want to damage it. Because again, this is not the rarest. Obviously, the Rev 0 Apple II would be the rarest. This is a Rev 1, but it is under 10,000 out of the millions and millions that were sold of the Apple II. So the case is in beautiful condition. The machine's in beautiful condition. It just will not boot. So I know when to bow out before I do some serious damage. I'm pretty good at that stuff, but I'm not going to take a chance at blowing that out. Oh, Stephen, happy Friday to you as well. Make sure we get you in there. But let's talk a little bit about the Virtualboy. So let me see if I can pull up this window over here. Let's see here. And we'll get rid of the this for a second there. So the Virtualboy, if people don't know, because there's a lot of young kids who do come in to the channel. Oh, we have Kirby here. Kirby, happy Friday to you as well. So the Virtualboy is a 32-bit, it's actually a 32-bit ARM processor machine. It uses two LED screens with a mirror, and the mirror vibrates to give you a display. And it's very similar to the display technology in a way. It's very similar to the NTEX Adventure Vision from 1982, except instead of one screen that vibrates back and forth or rotates, you have two, one in each eye. And the biggest problem people had back then, and I never understood it, was that this Virtualboy had a red and black screen. And people were just up in arms about that. We should have color. Now, the original Game Boy took on the Atari Lynx. The Atari Lynx came out 2 months after the Game Boy. So what's going on with my different screens over here? Hold on a second. I don't know why that keeps happening to my HDMI. I turned it off because I'm an idiot. Where is it? There. So the Atari Lynx was a full color handheld. Basically, it was a Super Nintendo with scaling and rotation, comm links for 8 people to connect. Where the Game Boy was black and white, blurry screen. Only 2 players can connect. The screen was horrible. Yet the Game Boy outsold it like 20-1. But when the Virtualboy comes out, now everyone's crying they wanted a color screen, even though the machine would probably cost $500-600 to do that. So I take my hat off to Nintendo to doing this, but Nintendo was really doing it for us. The Nintendo 64, then known as the Ultra 64, and they were claiming that the arcade Killer Instinct was based off it, which is another lie from Nintendo. Nintendo lies a lot, actually. The Nintendo 64 was delayed again, and Nintendo was worried because Sega Genesis and the Saturn and also the PlayStation was coming out. They had nothing on the market aside from the Super Nintendo and the Game Boy and its lineage there. So they kind of rushed to market the Virtual Boy. And funny enough, the designer of the original Game Boy that sold hundreds of millions of these units also designed the Virtual Boy. And Nintendo rushed him to put this to market, to get something on the market when it came out. And he wasn't happy with it. There was a lot of things he still wanted to change on it. Nintendo didn't care. They put it on the market. And when it flopped, they blamed the poor guy. And he actually, I think he died in a car accident, which is unfortunate. But like I said, officially, the Virtual Boy was only in the market for about a year. I picked up one new in a box. I had gotten it for around $80 off of eBay. And I wish I picked one up at, believe it or not, when they had them at Blockbuster, because they had really nice cases. But I have that one that's fresh in a box. I don't like touching that. So over the years, I picked up two other non-working Virtual Boys. Now, the screen, the LCD screen that's used on there, they used adhesive glue. So the mirror and the LEDs connect to a PCB with a ribbon cable literally held on with glue. And as years go on, the glue dries out and it starts to delaminate, and you start noticing pixels disappearing. And there's nothing wrong with it other than all of the ribbons of coming off the PCB, they're lifted. So back in the day, I'm going to take this back off for a second here. And I'm going to go over here. And let's do this. So there was a great, I'll put these down, links in the chat. This is probably the best place on the internet. It's called Planet Virtual Boy. And back in the day when these Virtual Boys were failing, there was pretty much two people in all of the United States fixing these. And I reached out, I forgot how I did it, but I reached out to that guy. And he goes, well, why don't you help me? So I was doing this for a little bit myself, repairing these screens. But now they've come up to, there's a lot of different ways now to repair them. So if you come across a Virtual Boy and they say not working, this one eye's not working, get it. It's completely fixable. Now, of course, they may have tried fixing it on their own and destroyed the ribbon cable, but I think even that might still get them back in line. But this Planet Virtual Boy, I'm going to put this down in the chat because everyone should go take a look at this website because it is literally a phenomenal resource, not only for the Virtual Boy, but also for the new Nintendo Switch Virtual Boy, if you will. And I'll bring this back up here, like so. And you want to, they have a really good Street Fighter game. In fact, I have a couple things I want to show you here. So I have a bunch of different flashcards. If you look at my channel, I have all these videos already. So we have things here like the Flash Boy Plus. Now, the Flash Boy Plus lets you flash one game onto this cartridge, but it's fairly inexpensive. And that's why I have actually two of them. Because why I have one? I have three Virtual Boys. So I could put a game like I can't put Street Fighter on here, but other games on here, like Waterworld, and play and link my two Virtual Boys together. Now, probably the best flash card I own is this guy right here. And again, this is a phenomenal one. It's the Hyper Flash 32. And what's cool about this one is it allows you to put the entire game library on an SD card. It has these tactile buttons on the back. But I want to show you on the front here, that is not a label. That is actually an e-ink screen. So as you pick the game, the label will change to the game you are playing, or you can put anything you want on there. And since it's e-ink, it'll stay until you tell it to change, so it doesn't use any battery. This is a little more money, and it's heavy. This thing weighs a lot in here. But I think he's actually improved this. You can actually get this now with a color e-ink screen. So I may actually upgrade this at one point and get a color e-ink screen just so the labels look even better. But I can load the Super Street Fighter 2 game on here. So if I get another one, then I can play someone's Super Street Fighter 2, which I suck at. But what else do I have over here? I also have the Hyperboy Flash, which was even more inexpensive. It's in a little 3D printed case. I have a bunch of these different flash cards for it. But of course, you want to have the games themselves, and we'll get some gameplay. This is probably one of my favorites, which is Wario Land, but also Red Alarm is another one of my favorites, even though it's really hard to see because it's all wire frame in the game. Now, back to the controller. What was good about the controller, kind of very foresight, is the controller is, of course, very comfortable to hold in your hands, like this. You put your battery pack, you clip it on back here. So this is a battery pack that comes with you. Simply slide this on. Now, if you wanted to use AC, you got to buy a special pack that lets you plug in a power cord. I think it was the same one that the NES or the SNES used. You put it on here, but of course, they're really expensive. So me being me, I kind of made my own. And I use these little alligator clips here to go inside the battery pins, and it's a 6-volt adapter, so I kind of cheated to do that. But the controller here is very comfortable. And you can see it's got 2 joysticks on here, a left-hand, right-hand joystick, and buttons. And there's also triggers on the back. So they did this for 3D, because again, 3D was kind of new. And the controller is extremely comfortable in the hand. But when I'm playing the game today, I will be using a clone Xbox 360 controller, which works well enough. Of course, I'm going to be playing this on my Viper, which we're seeing over here right now. But let's go back in the chat to any questions that came through here. I'm going to go through real quick and just see if anything came in here. Let's see here. Uh-oh. He sent me something funny last time. Okay, I'll check the email. I'll see what you sent me this time. We got that. Oh, Bo knows Tecmo's here as well. Wario Land is a great game. There's a couple of games I do like on it. Actually, I really like the Space Invaders, which was really only available in Japan. It wasn't available in the States, so I had to get it, the ROM. I downloaded the ROM for my flash card. But the 3D effect is really well done. You can also play it the regular way. But the Space Invaders is actually a really fun game, too. But of course, you have to like Space Invaders, I have to say there. And I agree with you here. The Sega Master System, that was actually, I went into KB Toys. I'm very much into like some weird things, especially 3D. And when I saw the Master System, I didn't really want to get it. But when I saw the Sega Scope 3D box, which came with the light gun, the glasses, Missile Defense 3D, I purchased every one of the 3D games. And the 3D effect is really, really good. Of course, you have to have a CRT to do that. But I agree. It was a good effect. But I will tell everyone here, if you've never played the original Virtualboy, yes, it was red and black. But the 3D effect was even better, in my opinion. Just my opinion, because the contrast between the black and the red shows up really well. Where on your TV set kind of had mattered what kind of set you had, how big the set was, and the colors sometimes melded in. So you had to really concentrate to see the effect. With the Virtualboy, you don't have to concentrate because it's either not there or there's different parallax layers in there. And it does work really, really well. Let's see here, going down real quick. Big D's here as well. Big D, happy Friday to you, my friend. And that's a thing. That's one of the things that does bother me. So you spent $100 for this plastic. And again, it does look good. It looks the part. I think it's a little bit bigger, perhaps. You put your Switch in there, but they should have made a controller like this. I mean, for that price, I still think you should have gotten something like this to go along with it, or at least maybe $20 more. You get a controller on there, and maybe someone will make an aftermarket one or something along those lines, or an adapter for an original one. But I agree with you; they should have made that for there. Holy crap! I didn't even know there was a flash card. Oh yes, man. There's all different kinds. You know, if you're budget conscious, I would go for the Flash Boy Plus. The only downside is you can't play the Street Fighter game, which is a fantastic game, but it plays just about all of them, and it only takes one at a time. But if you do have a little bit more money, I super highly recommend the Hyper Flash 32. And you can get it right at hyperflash32.com. Again, hyperflash32.com. And he makes a color one now. But this one, you put the SD card on there, it'll play just about anything you want to put on there. Excuse me. Great thing. So yeah, they do make it. And again, since the Virtualboy was never like huge, they make extension cables. You can buy a link cable so you can link two Virtualboys together. Like I said, I have 3 of them, so I could do this. And you can play head-to-head with other people. You can have VGA out if you wanted to do that. So you can fix your screen, but also add VGA out, which I did not do to mine because I don't want to damage or cut the plastic. But if anyone can find me a way to buy the Nintendo Switch case without paying eBay prices, I don't know if I can go into Nintendo to buy it or if they'll join their club. That's what I don't understand. I refuse to join those clubs, and I absolutely would. I would mod it. I would mod it with a machine that played Virtual games on it because I do not like the fact that the games are online only. You don't get a physical copy of them. I don't dig that. It's not my thing. My call Curtis is here. Hey, happy Friday to you, my friend. I think there's not too many questions in here. So what I'm going to do now is, we're almost at half an hour. I'm going to switch to my other screen here. Let's see if this works. Here we go. And hopefully, guys can still hear me. But here is Mario Tennis. So another thing about the Virtual Boy is when you do play a game, as I say singles, when you first go into it, it wants to pause every 15 minutes. So picture yourself with this thing on your face playing it for 15 minutes. They want you to take a 15-minute break to rest your eyes. Now, there was always a huge thing about this is going to ruin your eyes, eye problems and headaches. Well, people use VR now all the time. This is no different. And people don't complain about headaches. So I think it was all BS. I never got headaches from this. I never had eye problems. I suck regardless, but I never got eye problems from this. So I think there was all a bunch of bullshit. Again, people play it all the time. So I'm going to do mode, singles, easy, and I'm still going to suck ass in this game because I just tend to. So I'll be Mario, and I'll play against Luigi. And let's see how bad I do in this game. And I'm telling you, I'm going to do pretty bad. So unfortunately, the charm with the Virtual Boy, obviously is a 3D effect, which in this game really does show well, but of course you're not going to see it on this screen. Unfortunately, I'm talking, I missed. And there's poor little Mario. He's going to be sorry we're playing because I'm not going to do very well here. I was actually surprised I hit back as many times as I did that time. See, missed. So I'll play a couple of misses on this. I'm just not very good, especially without the 3D effect. It's really hard to judge the distance with the ball. And honestly, it's quite boring. Now, with two Virtual Boys connected, you can play head-to-head, and at least you have a better chance of, winning. But it's like they never miss. So we're going to back out of here. We'll go back to the main menu on the Viper and Arcade. And we'll pick a game that's probably a little bit more fun or challenging. We'll try and go through as many of these we can on here. So now there's 3D Tetris on here. Now again, I'll show this for a little bit. So again, this really shows well the depth in 3D. You're not going to get that effect here. But I'm really showing this to you guys to let you know that the games themselves are nothing spectacular except maybe a Mario World and a couple of others. Most of the games are not they're okay, but not bad. So this is where you would adjust on the top of the Virtual Boy. It doesn't work on the Switch version. You would adjust your eye sensitivity settings, whether you're moving them this way or this way. And obviously, you're not going to have to worry about that here. But when you go past this screen, now it's going to say automatic. It always defaults to on, automatic pause. I'm going to say no because we're not probably playing it that long. And then you go through the game, get it going. And again, the effects, if you've never experienced the Virtual Boy, is good. I'm actually surprised, I guess I'm not because it's Nintendo, that they never put this on like the Oculus because they would have done fairly well with it. And we'll just play for a minute just so you guys kind of see how this game works. Let's go back in. Come on, level 1. Let's just get it going. And the screen field is going to rotate around. So you can kind of always see your depth. And there's actually dots you see down there showing you where your brick is going to fall. And I can rotate it left and right. And I'm going to pull it down over here. And you can see there's all these different ways to see where the screen is going to be. And bring that down. Bam. And I hit a 3 over here. I'm going to bring it down over here. And bam. See if we can at least clear a level. So I'm going to rotate this one like this, go over here and bring it down, and then drop it down in place. So, the music's pretty good. I think I have the music off. Let me turn the music on. There we go. Get some music in there. And the music was okay. It was like, Nintendo style music. Nothing spectacular, but it was decent enough. And I'm going to rotate this brick over here, bring it over here, and go up one. And we'll drop that down. And I have a small one over here. So, you know, I don't mind Nintendo. Actually, I praise Nintendo after they really killed the machine to coming out with this for the Switch, but I do wish they came out with the right controller, like Bill from Bill's Retro Gaming Show said. And I also wish the games were just not online and you couldn't own them. Because then what the hell's the point, in my opinion? So I hope someone... That's why I'd like to get the case, because maybe I can make a emulation using Arcade, and we can modify it so the screens work, and actually make a real Virtualboy out of the Viper and their case. So you see how this game works. So I want to go out of here. There's so many games to go through right here. I'm going to back out of that game. It's not great. It's not boring. It's okay. And that's probably the worst thing about the Virtualboys. They didn't have a chance. The first generation of games generally aren't anything spectacular, but they never had a chance to mature and get better games coming out and really push in the hardware. Unfortunately, the Virtualboy doesn't play them, if that's what you're asking. On the Viper, yes, you can, but on the Virtualboy, not so much. So we'll go in the game here again and adjust my screen settings and turn off the automatic pause, which comes up every time. And this is, again, it's an okay pinball. It's not great, you know, but it's okay. But the 3D effect here is quite good. Unfortunately, you're not going to see it here, but it does work. And we're using my top buttons here as my paddles, and I can press up on the stick to like nudge. And let's get this thing going here. There we go. That's supposed to be a beehive or something up there, or a Death Star. I have no idea. And you made it more like a puck than a ball. And again, the music is nothing to write home about. It's okay. Oh, that was cheap. That was cheap, man. Even for me. Okay, give me the puck. Puck me up. Launch the puck. There we go. I got it. I guess too much of a delay. I got to plan that a little further ahead. Because I'm doing this over wireless HDMI, so there's probably a slight delay. Let's try this again. There we go. Try and plan it a little further ahead. There we go. And again, it is red and black, but the whole point of the Virtualboy, especially at the time, we're talking, you know, late 90s technology, and it's putting you in a virtual world. So I had never had a problem with it being on red. I always got mad at all the reviewers, you know, losing their turd muffins over it being red. All right, let's have a pinball because I have too much of a delay on my controls. Let's go to maybe some better games on here. Meatball Sauce says he's played it maybe 3 or 4 times a year. And we have, let's see, Glenn, my old friend, has been following you for years. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Thank you. I like when people come around and hang out. I appreciate that. You're never late to the party, man. Ethorp, you're here. It's all that matters. And let's go over here. Let's pick a game that's a little bit more popular. Now, this Jack Brothers game is actually one of the more very expensive games. And it's kind of a puzzle game. But again, great 3D effects. If you played Maze Hunter on the Master System in 3D, Maze Hunter, it's kind of like that. Again, we'll go into the game. And we are going to not auto pause. Let's go down over here. Come on, you. And go in again. You can't see the effect, and that's half the fun. I get it. But at least you get an idea about the game. And I'm going to pick my character. And there's a little backstory, which we're not going to get into the backstory. Show the gameplay. The Forest of Fairness. Let's go. So the object is pretty simple. Avoid the enemies, find the keys, collect the keys, and get to the end. And that's pretty much it. And you could jump down. You want to jump down levels which if you ever played Maze Hunter on the Sega Master System 3D, it's kind of very similar to that. So I'm going to take my character and try and walk around here, shoot my enemies here, my little poor blobby guys, and I'm going to look for keys, obviously. And again, the music is okay. And now you see I've collected my keys. That means I can now jump down to the next level. And to do that, I'm going to walk over to the opened area and just keep pressing and holding down forward. Yes, I'm trying. Let me stop talking. Just keep holding it, and you'll jump down. That effect was really good on the machine. And you start your next level. The Goblin Brothers. Oh, no! They're like dropping bombs. Yes, they do. Blue drops bombs in the snow. So again, I'm going to click my keys and items. Like, this is like shields. So I'll get my keys. No key over here. Okay, I'm going to come down. I have just a little bit of my shield left. And we'll come and... All right. Use my weapon. I think this guy kicked my ass last time, so... Let's find out. This is almost like a Contra. We have this like dragon head. Yeah, I have no shields! My shields are gone! Totally missed. Ah! Oh my god, I'm dead! I'm dead. So that is, we have Galaga Guy here tonight. Meatball Sauce. Let's say welcome to Galaga Guy and Meatball Sauce. You welcome, guys. So I'm not going to continue this game. There's too many others to show. But maybe this will give you an idea if you do have the online pay Nintendo for not getting really anything other than renting a game. You know what games you might want to play. So now Mario Clash is your typical original 3D version of the original Mario Brothers. And this would have been my neighbor, Mary Parker. This would have been more of her game. She would probably kick my ass in this. But we're going to go through this, adjust my eyes, say no, and we'll come into the game. So again, the 3D effect here is well done. It's red and black. It's just a shame that so many people gave them flack over that because the effect came out really well. Let's go into the game. We'll start her up. I'll do a one player here. And this part kind of drags it on. It shows you what enemies could be in the level, but they do it so slow. It's like this. I'm going to get on with the level. Let me go. So I'll come here, and I can't step on these guys because they'll actually hurt me. However, I can stomp on these guys. Okay. I guess not stop on, but they can bite me. Let's try that again. Get down! Get down! Got you just in time. Really? Okay, now, I wasn't sucking this bad yesterday. Just saying. Let's try this again. There we go. I could pick him up, and I could throw it in his face. I didn't want to jump on him. Okay. I'll do one again. I'm not that bad at this game. Brooklyn Menace. Hey, man, so one of his favorites. Okay, we're going to play this again. Because I really sucked bad on that one, and I don't normally suck that bad in this one. Thanks for playing. I want to play again. Let me play again. Come on. Let me in. Let me play. Okay. Okay, I'll do better this time. Okay, do not jump on the guys with the spikes. Gotta wait for the little turtles. Here we go. There we go. Better. Ooh, you suck. There we go. And that's how you complete a level. So the next stage will have different enemies, more difficult. We have Super Gamer Dudes are here. Hey, happy Friday as well. Don't forget them coming up at 9. So we can hit a button. We'll go to our next level. And this time, let's see what enemies we're going to get. We have the same spike guys here. Go jump down. So this also could be, I believe, played with 2 players. And again, that'd be more challenging. I think I have to go. Oh! Oh! Now, remember, I am playing this over wireless HDMI, so there's a little bit of a delay. So I probably stopped in time, but didn't really work. So this turtle's going to come through the hole, and I will jump on his head. There we go. There we go. I'll pick him up. And now I'm going to go and toss my salad there. There we go. Took them all out. And completed the next level. Got to make sure you toss their salads. Damn it. And we got the big spike guys. We'll play one more level of this. We'll go into another game. So again, I'm going to keep saying this over and over. The games are not bad. They're just okay. And I'll have to go this way, I think. There we go. Oh, I can't throw these on him? Okay, so how the heck do I kill these guys if I can't do that? I have no idea how to kill them. Oh, maybe I'm only killing the turtles in this game, maybe. All right, get it. Pick it up quick. Come on, turtle. Come down here so I can knock you out. Oh, and I got a flame. Uh-oh. Ah! Uh-oh. I have no idea how this level ends. Oh, if this goes on forever. I have no idea. Let's try this again. All right. Well, that's this game. I have no idea how the levels keep going. We'll put this through. I'll stop real quick because I did get a super chat from Messiah here. I owned one, but it wasn't great as a kid. And like I said, it's not terrible. I liked it for the 3D effect and being something different that's being released. I'm going to pick up some Nestor's Funky Bowling. Thank you very much, Messiah, for the super chat. It was okay. That's why it didn't last. But again, the games only had the first generation of games under a year, and they snuffed it out. So you didn't really get to see, other than in the homebrew scene, the how far this machine could kind of go. Oh, pause. It doesn't really matter. So this game here presents Nestor's Funky Bowling. Now, people old enough will know that Nestor was a cartoon character in Nintendo Power Magazine. And I'm going to tell you right now, this game's not good, but the actual bowling game really sucked. I didn't like it at all. So we'll just go in here. And I think can I skip this? Yes. Let's go into the game. So again, this is okay. Nothing to write home about. You get the same animations like every time, so it's just okay. And I get a lot of gutter balls. Let's try that again. A little better that time. They do, I mean, my favorite bowling game is going to be Neo Bowling on the Neo Geo. That's like my favorite bowling game. This is just doesn't live up to that. I don't think they put a lot of effort into this. It's very, very basic. And like I said, the other bowling game they put on here I thought was horrible. So if I had to pick between the two, it's going to be Nestor's Funky Bowling. But the animation's not even that good. I mean, would they use like a 1K ROM in this thing? They could do much better with the animations. Now, of course, I can move Nestor around the screen if I want to. Did a little bit better there. But again, Nestor's Funky Bowling, this is pretty much what you're going to be getting, and it's kind of boring. Mr. Clutch, so I did mention it before. We believe we found someone who could supply us with the DDR5 memory that we need for the Viper Venom. So it's going to be delayed a little bit. I'm hoping like end of May at this point, because we're just getting the chips. We got to test them. We got to make sure that they work okay with the system. But I'm going to do an official update on the Kickstarter probably this week to let everyone know. But unfortunately, it's going to be delayed. I was saying before, every project I do, we had all these roadblocks. These were all out of my control. We had the tariff, we had the chip shortages. It's just been really crazy, but it'll be worth the wait. I promise you that. Okay, let's take a look at another game. Now, Red Alarm is one of my favorite games on the system. It uses both controllers. The only downside is that it is all wireframe. And being wireframe, sometimes it's very hard to judge where you are and where you need to go. The game is kind of forgiving of it, but I do think it was a pretty good first try at a 3D shooter. And again, Telesoft, I think the 3D effects came out well, and that does help. But sometimes because you can go in your ship, you can go forward and backward. It's almost like a Harrier jump jet. You can go either way, and sometimes you can't really tell where you are in this wireframe. Now, if you remember slip speed on like the Sega CD, that's kind of what you're looking at here without the texture mapping. Let's start the game up. Good luck. You're going to need it. You're going to need it. So you can see your ship here, and they use pretty much all the different controllers on here. So I can go forward. I can shoot. I can stop and go in reverse. I can go back and forward. I have guns. I think I want to slow down a little bit. I got back up. Shot them. Go forward. So I'm up very high. I'm going to try and go down a little bit. So like I said, in 3D, it does help you. And it's kind of like Star Fox a little bit too. Masai was saying, I agree with you there. But like here's a wall. I'm hitting the wall. Got to go up. There are some power-ups you can get throughout the game. So this game, again, in 3D, I'm going to slow down a little bit. I'm going a little too fast. I could stop. The 3D helps you a little bit. Like right now, I don't have any real judgment of where I am in the spatial of the game. But it's still a fun game. They keep saying Nintendo Virtualboy tech, like a virtual heads-up display that comes up, which I guess is fine. But I do find it to be a fun game. If you like shooters, this is a Star Fox type of game, for sure, just without the proper texture mapping. And I do believe if they had more time to do this, and they got more familiar with the hardware, I do believe texture mapping would have been possible, at least on a limited scale, to where this would have been a little bit better. I'm kind of like an old man. I'm going to speed up a little bit. I was going really slow. I'm going to hit the walls. I hit them. Oh, well. Let's slow down a little bit. And the music is decent in here. The problem with the Virtualboy games, unfortunately, are most of them are very repetitive. So this one is a little breath of fresh air because you do go in different areas. And it is definitely challenging. And you can see the screen redraw takes a while. So you don't see very far in there. But again, with the 3D effect, it didn't really matter, I don't think. And there's little people running. You can't shoot them, though, which sucks. So I shot everything there. Oh, I got these cannons up here still. Am I too far away? I got that one. Now, if I go back, there's people running, but you can't shoot them, which is not fair. I should be able to shoot these guys. It's not fair. Now I'm going to back up or hit that wall and go forward again. See, I'm hitting the wall now. I'm too low. That's the only way you can tell. It just kind of goes back and forth and bounces. So I got to back up, try and go up, shoot these guys that are flying overhead. Now here, I'm basically going up. So I'm going to pull back on my stick and go up. Now I got to level off here. Here's, I think, the boss. I think this is the boss. And these guys wipe me to the floor. Yes. I gotta go a little more forward. Oh, there's a face. There he is. So very Star Fox-like. You can only shoot them when the mouth's open, obviously. But I'm gonna be taken out, I'm sure. I got one. That's good. But I got taken out as well. So it's a game I can recommend. It's not easy, but let's go out of this game here. We'll try and get through a couple more games here. Limited range for sure. 100%. You're not getting there. And it is a fun game. I agree. So now Space Invaders, again, was only available in Japan. So unless you're going to spend literally like $500, which I wouldn't recommend, buy the flash card for $30 or the good flash card for $100, get the ROM. And again, the 3D effect on this game is really well done. Of course, it's an official game by Taito. And it's a shame it didn't come to the States because it actually is a really well done version of Space Invaders. And again, the effect here is really good on the machine. So you have different versions. I'm going to play this one, which is a virtual 3D. They have the original you can play if you want to play it that way. And then in Challenge. But I'm going to do the virtual one because the angle is still fairly decent. Let's get in there. They even have the planetoid, the background you have in there. So let's put a coin in. And I like how they are drawn back there. And again, there's a lot of depth. Now, it is definitely not the arcade ROM, but they did a very good job making it close enough. And I got nailed. Twice. But again, I can't stress enough that this is one of those games where the 3D effect is done very, very well. Oh, come on. I'm going to be a dog meat. They'll be landing on me 2 seconds if I want to shoot this guy. What? Okay, well, that was Space Invaders. Let's go to the next game. But again, that one is extremely, extremely expensive. Just like Jack Brothers, that's extremely, extremely expensive. You're talking a couple $100 to get them. If we see them for not $100, you seem cheap. It is a home-brewed version, meaning they made it look like it's an original. So be careful. In fact, even if you spend $500, you might get one that was home-brewed to look like the original. So be very careful when you buy those. Another good game would be this Virtual Squash. Again, good for the effects. Let's go into this one here. Turn that off. Again, a very simple game, which again, nothing wrong with that. But unless you're playing with two Virtual Boys and playing against an opponent, it gets kind of monotonous and boring because the computer really doesn't miss. Because I say that, and now it's doing. I'm doing good. Oh! So when he makes those sounds, because I didn't swing fast enough, and I got hit. See, I've already lost a point. Like I said, it's not a bad game. It's not a good game. It's kind of just a boring game. So that was the squash game for the Virtual Boy. So I think one of the more popular games is going to be the Wario. So let's go down to Wario. Wario. Where's Wario? Wario. Must be up here. Wario, where's my Wario? I really have to go to the eye doctor. I say that every week, I still don't go. Am I blind? Where's Wario Land? Jack, oh, there, Mario Clash. No, that's Mario Clash. No, no, that's not it. What the heck is it? Ah, Virtual Boy Wario Land. Sorry, there it is. Okay, Virtual Boy Wario Land. I'll let that load up. And we go past this screen. And go past this screen. And we're going to turn that off. So this is probably one of the better games for sure on the Virtual Boy. The parallax scrolling and the 3D effects are very well done. You know me better than that, my friend. I'm trying to tell people that buying their case and getting games that you only rent, I'm not a fan of that. But I want to show people that the Virtual Boy wasn't a bad system. It just didn't have enough games. It didn't have enough good games, for sure. So let's go in here. We'll start the game up. So this is definitely like a Mario type of adventure with Wario. So Wario Land. You can walk, obviously. You can charge. You can jump. And that's pretty much it. You can also jump between close and far. We'll get into that. But let's get started here. And I walked right into that like an idiot. Let's see if I get myself big again. Give me some Viagra. Give me some Viagra. And a typical Mario. Oh, you little turd. Come here. Fine, go away. There we go. Goodbye, you turd muffins. So again, very similar dynamics as what they've done before, and it's fun. There's a lot of puzzles, and lots of new things to find. There's my Viagra. Thank you so much. I feel so much bigger now. Can I break these? I think I can. Nope, I guess I can't break those. Oh, come on, I jumped over that. Robbing me, come on. Now, here's where I can go back. So if I jump here, I now jump in the foreground. And again, in the Virtual Boy, you really do see the depth of doing that. And I am not going to go... No, I mean, I can, but I can't cross, so I'm going to go back. Here I can cross now. So, again, they did a nice job with making the effect. With, you know, using what the Virtualboy does, having these different screens. Now, I'm going to die going that way, so I am not going to do that. And these bats are a pain in my ass, too. Ooh, my Viagra. Hey, hey, big and strong. Thought I could break those. I guess not. I definitely can't break these. But then we get the key. We go to the next level. So same old, and it's enjoyable. Ah, Wario. What's wrong with you, Wario? I'll take the Sinden guy this time. Jeez. Picking the wrong one every time? I'm going to be stuck here forever? I guess at 3 times you back out. Keep going up. I don't care about those save levels. I guess I can't jump on you. That's no good. Ooh, what's that? Oh, more Super Viagra. Nice. I can't go in these rooms, so what the hell do I do? Can't hit him. You ever hit him this way? Ah! Gotta get him from the back. Well, I can't go in this door. Can't go in that door. Oh, I can always walk right past him. Oh, look at that. At least there's enough power-ups to keep getting you big and strong. Ah, as I get nailed again. Can I go down the pipe? Oh, I can go down the pipe. Back out. Ah! Come here, you sucker. Okay, big and strong again. Put my face down in the pipe. Oh, I'm in the foreground. Look at that. Ah. Awesome. Get up there. There's a cloud there. I have no idea what the cloud does. I try and get the cloud. Nothing ever happens. I got the key. So I have to come back here. Can I? I can't. Oh. Okay. I have to come back to the foreground, so this isn't going to do me any good. There we go. Can I get this still? I guess I can. Oh! I gotta bump it. Bump it up. Gotta bump it up. That sucks. Ah! Well, that's it. I died. So let's take a. We're running a little bit late. Let me see if there's any of the games I wanted to show you guys before we end the stream. Now I got my face handed to me, and ass handed to me. Let's see. Waterworld is a bad game. I can play that one. I guess Teleboxer would be one you probably would want to play. And again, probably better with 2 players than 2 Virtual Boys. Let's go in, play a quick round of Teleboxer. And again, this one is a fun one. It's kind of like Punch-Out, kind of. But everything else, there's only so many punches you throw, and it will get boring after a while. And that's the biggest, I think, problem that they have with the Virtual Boy. It's just a typical button smasher, I think. Oh, I'm knocked out already? Oh, crap. Yeah, keep laughing. I'll punch you in the face. Come on, you sucker. Well, that's that. So that is the Virtual Boy in a nutshell. So is it for everyone? Maybe, maybe not. Yeah, people mock me all the time. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. So again, I enjoy the Virtual Boy for what it is. I enjoy the 3D effect. I enjoy the control they had for it, and I enjoy at least the innovation Nintendo had back then. I'm not a fan of how Nintendo is these days. I do wish that the Switch 2 came with a proper controller versus using the Switch Joy-Cons. And I do wish when you got the games, you owned the games, not just online only. That's just my opinion. As I'm choking to death. If you happen to get a Virtual Boy and the screens aren't working, most likely they can be fixed. I would definitely recommend picking up a real one and playing the games with a cart. But that's it for the show tonight. I hope you guys had a good time here tonight. I hope you guys had a decent week and have a better weekend planned. But remember, no matter what you do, always tell family and friends you love them, because tomorrow is never promised. But in between those times, game on, everyone. I appreciate you, and have fun.
Cartridges in reset. 8-bit dreams, can't lose that bet. Floppy disks and arcade lights. Pac-Man, Frogger, we're playing all night. Sixes in the background, neon in the air. 80s vibes, man, we didn't care. VHS tapes, staying up too late. Saturday cartoons, can't wait to escape. Dial-ups humming, we're hacking the code. In upload mode. Atari, Commodore, pixels on screen. Living in the future was more than a dream. It's time to kick it old school. Turn the clocks back, break the rules. When the pixels pop and the world was cool, we're taking it back, that's how we roll, we roll. It's time to kick it old school, where the beats are fresh, the tech was gold. From arcades, TV shows that ruled. You know we're kicking it old school. MTV playing our favorite jams, moonwalking with MJ, neon slam. Ghostbusters gear, we're ready to go. Chasing slasher scenes, fears in tow. Back to the future, hop in the DeLorean. Knight Rider cruising, man, there's no ignoring them. Battlestar Galactica, what a ride. Looney Tunes, antics, pure joy inside. Blockbusters ruled, we lined up for days. Video games booted up in the pixelated maze. Movie marathons and popcorn nights, we ruled the screen, living in the lights. It's time to kick it old school, turn the clocks back, break the rules. When the pixels pop and the world was cool, we're taking it back, that's how we roll, we roll. It's time to kick it old school, where the beats are fresh, the tech was gold. From arcades to TV shows that ruled. You know we're kicking it old school. Grab your joystick, the game's about to start. A high score world, now that's an art. We're cruising on hoverboards, living our dream. Old school forever, we're igniting the scene. It's time to kick it old school, turn the clocks back, break the rules. When the pixels pop and the world was cool, we're taking it back, that's how we roll, we roll.